Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. This is Vishal and you're watching the weekly sectoral analysis. I hope that the market has been treating you well. All of you have been making money and you can see that market has been trending up pretty nicely. And on the top of that, we have a long weekend. What else do you want in life, right? Okay, so we'll be starting today's weekly sectoral analysis with the monthly time frame of Nifty futures. In the monthly time frame charts, I think things have been going pretty good. In fact, even when the market retraced from 19,000 levels to 16,900, I think very much little change in the state of trend of Nifty futures in the monthly time frame chart. So things are going pretty fine. In the weekly time frame charts, now it is very visible that we are now coming out of this consolidation, right? And the overall trend is now up in the weekly, monthly, and even in the daily time frame charts. We can see in both of the time frames right now. Only one thing is very important, which you need to understand, that I have been repeating about this resistance since last couple of weeks. Now we are almost near the upper end of this entire resistance band, and the upper end of this entire resistance band is close to 18,215 or 18,230, somewhere around that. And if you check properly in the Nifty futures daily time frame chart, the RSI is slightly above 70, just slightly. And if you check properly in the daily charts, there are two candlestick clusters. One is this one and one is this one. यहाँ पे एक चीज विजिबल है कि ये वाला जो कैंडलस्टिक क्लस्टर है ये रेजिस्टेंस को एग्जैक्टली टच नहीं कर रहा है, बट उसके बाजू में यानी कि इट्स very close to that. So I will inculcate even this particular point. So this has been a resistance in the month of Jan and Feb, and when this resistance now will be approached by the price, obviously there will be some supply coming in. So as a trader, I will be maintaining my stance bullish on Nifty futures on entire markets, but I will also be vigilant that yes, we are near a resistance, and I will not try, I repeat, I will not try to buy any stock which is already extremely overstretched or extremely overbought. जो भी स्टॉक बहुत ज्यादा ऑलरेडी बढ़ चुका है, ऐसे स्टॉक के ब्रेकआउट्स को मैं ट्रेड करना शायद पसंद नहीं करूंगा. द रीजन फॉर दैट इज generally when prices are approaching these resistance levels, stocks which have not rallied, stocks which are consolidating, and they're giving fresh breakouts in the daily charts, or if you're a short-term swing trader, then maybe lower time frame charts, it will be advisable to look at them. All right. Now, is this a top or something? No, I'm not at all saying that this is a top, but some sort of consolidation is possible. Whether we'll have a big dip in Nifty futures or not, I think that is what we'll need to wait and watch in the next 2 to 3 trading sessions. All right. ये टाइम के साथ ही पता चलेगा इन नेक्स्ट 2 to 3 ट्रेडिंग सेशन. उसके पहले बोलना या प्रेडिक्शन करना कोई मतलब नहीं. So as a trader, my strategy will be to trail stop losses on my existing long positions and only to look at stocks which have not rallied and they are giving fresher breakouts. Simple. And yes, after the consolidation is over, if we have 1 or 2 days close above this resistance band, then there's possibility that the rally will continue slowly and steadily on the upside. But how fast does it happen? I think we'll need to wait and watch. Bank Nifty futures. Bank Nifty futures is much stronger according to me in terms of state of trend in comparison with Nifty futures. And we can see that this was a small resistance over here. This has been surpassed pretty nicely. And it seems that if the rally continues, we'll be testing Bank Nifty futures somewhere around, price will be testing around 43,500 or maybe even 43,550 in the next week. If we look at the private banking chart, private banking charts are looking pretty strong. This momentum has been pretty strong in the weekly time frame charts. In the daily time frame charts, yes, it is visible that it is just slightly overbought, because we can see that the RSI is somewhere around 74. We are also trading near this resistance band, although we are above it. But sometimes, what happens, price closes above the resistance band, fools everyone, and then we have a close below the resistance band. So we need to understand that. Trail stop losses on your existing long positions in private banking stocks and try to focus on stocks which have not rallied recently. According to me, there is one stock which is HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank has been consolidating. The initial rally was pretty nice. I think from the mid-March till now, the rally was pretty decent. But after that, there has been consolidation and it has been going sideways. Whenever the consolidation is over, although there has been already a short-term breakout in extreme shorter-term charts, in extreme, not even hourly chart, possibly lower than that. But if that momentum picks up, then there is a possibility that HDFC Bank will keep rallying higher in the next few days or weeks. PSU banking chart. PSU banking chart, it seems that overall trend is up. There is no issues. Only thing is now we have hit a resistance level. Overall, I think the price will continue to test higher and 4,300 and even 4,350 will be tested possibly in the next coming weeks. But in between, there will be few days where you will see lack of action, lack of movement, and the moving average, which is pretty far away from the price, will try to do the catch-up game. Metal pack. Metal pack, it is, I think, मेटल पैक को आपको समझना पड़ेगा कि ये जो सेक्टर है फिलहाल, इसका जो सेक्टोरल चार्ट है, यानी कि द सेक्टोरल चार्ट ऑफ मेटल पैक and couple of stocks within this metal pack are looking very different. So if you have a look at the weekly time frame charts, it is consolidating. Daily time frame chart, it is in an uptrend, but it is consolidating. So neither I like this price action, neither I like this price action. But if I go to a chart of Jindal Steel and Power, what has happened in this stock is, first of all, the trend is up in the weekly time frame chart. It is always important and the trend should be up. Only then you will try to buy the short-term breakouts. Now, if you see, there is a ceiling in price over here in Jindal Steel and Power. The trend is up, but there is a consolidation. So I like the weekly time frame chart, but the daily time frame chart I do not like. So in case if we have a green candle closing above 590 or possibly 595, big green candle, then a short-term upside momentum, upside rally is probable in this Jindal Steel and Power stock. Okay. The second stock जो मैं आपके साथ share करना चाहूंगा will be Hindalco. I think Hindalco is looking, yes, the price is above the dual moving averages in the weekly time frame charts. Price is looking pretty okay in the daily charts also, but there is some sort of candlestick cluster. So again, once we have a close above 444, then slowly and steadily prices will keep inching higher in Hindalco. ऑटो पैक देखते हैं. ऑटो पैक का मोमेंटम जो है बहुत जबरदस्त रहा है. द ओवरऑल मोमेंटम इज लुकिंग वेरी वेरी गुड इन द वीकली एंड इन द डेली टाइम फ्रेम चार्ट्स. One stock which is my favorite, which I like, is Tata Motors. Unfortunately, it is extremely overextended. बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ चुका है, and I would not like to do anything over here. I would like to wait with patience, let it possibly retrace or consolidate, or some profit booking comes. Whenever that happens, after that, the second leg of rally, when it starts, I'll be trying to aim for a fresh long swing trade in this stock. And the second one is Maruti. Maruti, possibly after a long correction or long consolidation, somewhere over here it started looking favorite, but again, strength was not very, very good that this rally could continue. Once again, it's trying to do the catch-up game. The problem over here is it has been making, you can see this one, it is a first high, this is the low. Then we have a lower high, and now we have a higher low, first time. Again, we have a lower high. So overall, it is just consolidating. क्या हो रहा है अगर आप देखेंगे weekly time frame chart में, it is just consolidating. It's sideways. But somewhere over here in the daily time frame charts, I can see things are little bit improving. It's all about taking a chance with very small position sizing. If we get a close above this level, then there is some chance that maybe some revival or something like that can happen with a big green candle, and the rally continues, and second close above this probably could improve a lot of psychology for this stock in the mind of market players. So keep a watch on this stock. Now, when I look at IT pack, still as of now, I wouldn't like to trade in this particular sector. If you look at the weekly time frame charts, the prices are trying to bounce from a support. There is a gap over here. So probably this gap could be filled, but what happens exactly after the gap is filled is more important. So again, as of now, I wouldn't like to comment anything. I would wait and watch. And when this gap is filled, and when I see something interesting, maybe on the long or the short side or something like that, only then I would like to convey anything to you. Finance pack. In finance pack, things are improving tremendously. A strong momentum in the weekly time frame chart, decent momentum even in the daily time frame chart. One stock which I've been sharing consistently is Power Finance Corporation, and this stock has rallied pretty nicely. And now it is near a resistance band from 170.71 till this. You can see I've drawn a line over here, 172. This is a resistance. So if we continue to close above 172 levels, possibly then higher levels like 175 or 176 could be tested. And I'm talking about pretty short term. FMCG. FMCG, if you have a look properly in the daily time frame chart and in the weekly time frame charts, both the time frames, the RSI is just above 70. Prices are pretty much near the moving averages, but in the daily time frame charts, things are looking slightly, you can say, on the overstretched sort of thing. And if you draw this Fibonacci extension properly, you will find out that prices have managed just to close above this particular resistance level, which is at 47,647 in FMCG sector. So if we see the prices trading continuously above this resistance level, then the higher levels will keep on testing. But for me, I have been tracking just one stock, which is ITC. According to me, the stock is extremely overstretched, even as a swing trade, if someone is holding, and even as a positional trade, it is slightly overstretched. You can see RSI is almost near 80 to 83, and in the weekly time frame chart, it is around 78. So this is not a good time to buy ITC. If you are holding this stock, you can continue to hold with a trailing stop loss, but this is not a good time to buy. As soon as this stock goes into a consolidation or maybe a retracement or something, then is the only time to look for fresh new buys as a swing trader. Till that time, please wait and watch. Consumption pack, I think things are improving. I guess last week I had clearly told you that in case if the resistance levels are broken, you can see this was the resistance level at 74, 74.25. This is broken, then we'll see an upside momentum, and you can see prices are trending nicely. So it is possible that we'll continue to trend higher till 75.84. Once this level is tested, you can see this particular low over here. Once this is tested, some sort of supply may come. But if prices manage to close above this and sustain above it, then maybe even higher levels will be coming. Okay. Infra pack. Infra pack, things are looking very, very strong in the infrastructure sector. You can see that there was a upside move and then consolidation, a dip and then a rise. If you remember, I had shared my positive view on L&T in weekly sectoral analysis that this looks like, I guess that time it was just consolidating, and I'd clearly told that if there is a breakout in the short-term time frame charts, then you should be looking up to this stock as a swing trade. And you can see how nicely this stock has rallied from 22.50 to almost 23.64. So as a short-term trade, this has been pretty good. Pharma pack. Pharma pack, according to me, things are like, okay, I should say it's consolidating. We do have a negative divergence, like lower low in price, higher low in price, lower high in higher high in price and lower high in RSI. So we did had a negative divergence, but this particular cluster in price actually managed to give some support over here, and prices are not willing to come down. And if you check in the weekly charts, what is happening is first candle over here is a high wave candle. Second candle is a sort of a, you can say, hanging man. So whatever you are seeing in the daily time frame charts and what is visible in the weekly time frame charts, both are pretty much contradicting to each other. So now what we need to do is just have a look at the stocks. If you look at the stock like say Dr. Reddy, the stock has been trending nicely, but it is overstretched in the weekly and slightly in the daily time frame charts, right? If you look at the Oro Pharma stock, it has been rallying nicely, very high momentum in the weekly time frame charts, all right? And one stock, Sun Pharma, according to me, it is just consolidating. In the weekly time frame charts, it's although looking fine. If it closes below this week's candle, then I think the momentum will be completely lost, possibly below this low. So apart from Sun Pharma, I think Dr. Reddy and Oro Pharma, both these stocks are trending pretty nicely, but this is not a good time to buy these stocks. If you're holding on since maybe few weeks, then continue to hold them with a trailing stop loss. As soon as your trailing stop loss is hit, you need to come out of this stock, because still it is very much visible that whatever we saw in the weekly time frame charts and in the daily time frame charts of the pharma pack is not extremely, matching each other. The data is very, very different. So we need to be very, very careful. Realty pack. Realty pack, you can see extreme high momentum in the daily and in the weekly time frame charts. And one stock which I had been sharing with you continuously was DLF. I had clearly told that after a dip, if it consolidates and tries to rise higher, it could result into a decent short-term momentum trade. Only thing was that it did not consolidate and it started rising very, very fast. But nevertheless, it was a pretty decent trade on the upside. Mid cap. Mid caps, if you check carefully, this part and this entire part, you'll see one big change. And the change is that whenever prices have hit this level, it's not that prices did not rally. मतलब जब भी प्राइस ने इस पर्टिकुलर लेवल को टेस्ट किया, ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि प्राइसेस ऊपर नहीं गए. प्राइस ऊपर गए, बट जैसे ही प्राइस ऊपर गया, सेलिंग आ गई और वापस प्राइसेस नीचे आ गए. बट व्हाट हैपेंड ओवर हियर वाज रियली वेरी, वेरी ट्रिकी. व्हाट हैपेंड? Price did make a new low, closed below the support, and as soon as that happened, probably many people would have sold their holdings or whatever. And once again, we had a close above the support, and then prices started rising higher. And I had clearly mentioned we will need a close above this level for a decent rally. And you can see what has happened in the last few days. And possibilities, yes, some sort of consolidation is possible in the daily time frame charts. I do not deny, but overall, it seems the rally might continue on the upside. Okay. So once again, I'll just share what I analyzed about the Nifty futures and overall markets. Overall trend seems to be up. IT pack is slightly different. In the metal pack, I think a couple of stocks are showing some revival signs. But other than that, overall markets are looking fine. But would like to say surely one thing, that it is very, very important that this entire rally, if we want this to continue higher, and if we want Nifty to make a higher high, a new high above 19,000, this resistance needs to be surpassed, and we should respect this resistance. This is not a small resistance. This is a pretty strong resistance. So according to me, this is not a time to buy stocks which have already rallied. Already they are looking overbought and extremely overstretched. This is a time to possibly, if you're holding stocks which have been rallying nicely since last few days or weeks, keep holding them with trailing stop losses. If your partial profits needs to be booked at a particular level, you can do that. Also rest, you can keep on holding with trailing stop losses. And if you want to buy new stocks, then only concentrate on sectors and specific stocks which have not been able to rally in this probably short-term rally which has happened in the last few weeks, especially in the last week. So concentrate on stocks which have not rallied and which are looking good now. Okay. So I hope this particular video has helped you to understand how markets will move in the next few days to maybe a couple of weeks also. And try to share this video with other traders also, just like you, who would need help for the markets. All right. Till then, trade wisely. Thank you.